Hello and welcome to the RAVERUNNER 300 full setup guide and breakdown. I'd like to first thank you for joining the RAVERUNNER squad and investing in a RAVERUNNER 300 hydration vest. I've worn tons of different running vests throughout my career, and there's always been something off, something not perfect, and a slew of features that I always wanted on a pack. However, that is just me and my experience. I strongly encourage you to give any feedback you have, whether it's to me personally, DMing on social media, or sending us an email. We want this pack to be good for you, the community, not just the one designing it, which was me. So please do not sugarcoat your feedback, as if we want to make this the best running vest, we need to know what to fix. However, let's get into it here. So first and foremost, there is a break-in period on these. I used extremely anti-chafe materials. You can see that it lines up pretty well. It's a little snug on me. However, the one that I've been using for 2 months now is almost like this. The material will stretch out. So if you put it on, you're like, I don't know, this might be too small. Just toss a couple flasks and a full bladder in the back and go for a few runs. It will stretch out. Second, you can see that I have a lot of extra cord here. I'm marketing this to the big boys, the wide guys, the thick men, right? So I cannot give just that much extra to those people, right? That being said, when you do find the perfect adjustment, go ahead and just trim and retie this if you don't like it. If it doesn't annoy you, fantastic. Just tuck it somewhere so it doesn't bounce and hit you in the nipple. Additionally, when you are putting it on, sometimes it stretches out and slides back and up like this, especially if you put flasks in here, right? So go ahead and really bring it down and then tighten it there. This way the pack will not slide back and up over your shoulders. However, one thing to keep in mind, if you're doing this without it fully packed, just be sure to give yourself, a little bit extra slack, because when you pack it out, it will stretch out a little bit. If you also picked up some light string wire to be running at night with, at the end of this video, I will quickly run you through how to loop it all. All right, first and foremost, flask pockets. And I'm gonna blow mine up with air because I was remiss to bring water to the studio today. So, one thing that I always hated about a lot of running vests is these that hold the flask in place would always stretch out over time, and they'd become useless and your flask would just flop around all flaccid and whatnot. So these, you could actually tighten as it gets loose over time. Both of these should have come with your RAVERUNNER. If they did not, please reach out to us. Okay, you're double flasked up. Now, another thing that I really hated is there was never a place to put your phone on running vests, right? Some of these would have this outer pocket, but it'd clearly bounce everywhere. So what I did is you're gonna reach down and in. You'll see it, it's right here. There's a tight elastic pocket. That's the one your phone goes into. See how I tucked it sideways as well to ensure it doesn't bounce up? That's how the phone stays secure. And you still have this entire pocket to put stuff, right? You can put that in there and then tighten it so it doesn't go anywhere. On the other side, I like to toss things that I can get to quickly, being gels. These I don't put in the tight pocket. You can if you want, but this enclosure ensures that it doesn't fly out. Additionally, one thing I never, see I have to keep adjusting and tightening. One thing I never understood about a running vest is we eat all this food, these gels, these protein bars, and what do? Just shove it in our pockets, right? I would always get gel all over my thighs or all over my nipples. So right here is a waterproof trash pocket. You could put, let's say it starts raining and you need to put your AirPods somewhere, you could put them in this pocket as well. Now you're also going to see 2 thick elastic straps here. I'm a big fan of the Kogalla Adventure Light. They do not make it easy to put on your pack in any capacity. So I added 2 thick elastic straps so you could stick each end of a Kogalla in, tighten it, and then run your electric cord back into your main compartment, right? So if you're not using a Kogalla Adventure Light or another waist lamp, you could just go ahead and remove these. Now, let's journey up here where we have some shoulder pockets. I'm gonna put small items that I need every once in a while, like chapstick, medication, Tylenol, and my car key. These also expand very well, so you could really pack them out too. Additionally, you're gonna find some small zipper pockets under your arm. These also have another pocket behind it. Here's where I'm gonna put other snacks like a protein bar or something else that I don't need right away, but will eventually need to access on my run. On the other side, I'm just gonna toss 5-hour energy just to really show you how much this pack can carry. These are YKK zippers and Duraflex buckles, so they should not be ripping on you. Do not worry about being careful with the zippers. All right, now let's move this back, turn this around. We're gonna go to the back side of this, right? First and foremost, the main compartment, which is going to be this left longer zipper. In there, you'll find stickers and also directions on how to care for your hydration vest. So I didn't bring too much with me, but you can definitely pack the crap out of this back panel pocket, right? See, that's not even half the amount of stuff you could put in there. Now, you're gonna see another small pocket. This I like to call the buddy pocket, right? So when you're wearing the hydration vest, you just turn and be like, hey, small pocket, can you get my dude wipes? I'm about to shit myself. So dude wipes, we're gonna put in there. But basically anything that you might quickly need at some point throughout the race that you could have someone grab, go in that pocket. And finally, let's go ahead and smack some 2-liter bladder in there. You are able to fit a 3-liter bladder in here as well. Unless I'm doing a 200 mile or plus, I'm only doing 2 liters. You'll see a Velcro piece of fabric in there. You're gonna go ahead and loop that through your bladder. This way, the bladder doesn't fall to the bottom and bunch up. It stays in one nice symmetrical piece. Now, with your tube, you'll see I added straps here. I always hated every running vest. Like, there would be nowhere to put your tube, and it'd be spanking you on the side of the neck as you ran. It made negative sense to me. It's almost like sometimes these designers like never ran with a bladder in their own hydration vest. So run the tube through both straps, and now you'll see it's not going anywhere, okay? So now let's toss it on and show you guys what it looks like fully packed up. Please note that this is also not the max capacity. You can definitely be packing more onto this puppy. Again, we're gonna start with the bottom, and voila. Ready to run 100 miles, 200 miles, 300 miles. Lastly, you will find loops to put a jacket, poles, something of that nature here. However, if you're not using them, you can remove them because they are unneeded and they may slap you in the back as you're running. That is everything you need to know. If you did order the light string wire for night running, stick around. I'm gonna show you how to run that through the pack here shortly. But if you have not, thank you for joining the RAVERUNNER squad. We will not disappoint you. All right, so you got your light string wire here. First of all, functionality. I will say, if it is gonna rain, don't turn it on. The battery will break. It is not a waterproof unit. However, if you don't turn it on, nothing will happen when you let it dry out. So you can see although you can't see it, there are multiple different modes: static on, blinking, fast blinking. So grab your RAVERUNNER, go ahead and put the battery pack with the excess cord. What I like to do is wrap it like that into the zipper pocket on under the arm. Then go ahead and zip it down. Now, start under the chest pocket, pull it all the way through. There's another one here, another one here. Just make sure to pull it all through so it doesn't get tangled. Another one here and here. And we're gonna go. You could go through the quiver holes if you'd like. I'm gonna go under my tube and through the quiver holes Going through the quiver holes will stop the wire from potentially bouncing on your neck. Let's go up through the quiver holes. Now we're going to go down. And then, you can see where we're at here. Go all the way across. And now any excess, I'll just go ahead, depending on the size of hydration vest that you get, you're gonna have excess. So just go ahead and bunch it all up and stick it back into the zipper pocket that you started in. Whoops. There we go. And now you have a lit running vest.